Okay, so I'm going to make this one quick. I just want to discuss a very controversial decision that's going to go ahead in the Olympics, or at least is being discussed to go ahead in the Olympics. Whether this will be in place as early as this year for the Rio Olympics or in place for the Tokyo 2020 Games, I'm not sure. I hope it doesn't go ahead at all because I personally think it is an insane idea. And basically, this notion is for professional boxers to compete in the Olympics. Um, if if it does happen this year, presuming the Olympics as a whole goes ahead, with the Zika virus in Brazil, it's still there is some question marks around that. Um, but basically, if this goes ahead, then I'll be very very disappointed because it would be to me it's insanity. You simply cannot put a guy who is a seasoned warrior who has been 12 rounds with other warriors, some of the best fighters in the world, in with a young guy or any guy who has had experience of 3 rounds in sparring. It doesn't matter how good an amateur they are. They could have had 100 amateur fights and 100 amateur wins. It is downright dangerous putting in a professional prize fighter in with someone who only has amateur experience. That to me is just insanity. I mean, you simply cannot put Manny Pacquiao or other great fighters in with a skilled amateur. I'm saying skilled because to get to Olympic level, you have to be good enough at amateur level, but it doesn't matter how good an amateur you are. I believe that is downright reckless. I also oppose it for other reasons. It actually lessens opportunities for amateurs. I mean, why should guys who have had their glory in the professional arena then get to do it in the Olympics as well? It just, to me, it's utterly nonsensical. Lennox Lewis is one of many who are critical of the idea. Um, to me, it's completely reckless. It's dangerous to put someone who has been 12 rounds. I know I'm repeating my point here, but it kind of pisses me off because I just think it is utterly reckless and I cannot understand the rationale behind it. I can't understand and fathom why this is even being discussed. I don't know whether it's to market Olympic boxing more by putting in better known figures. I'm not really sure what the idea is. I'll also say that any professional fighter who goes ahead with this, I hate to say this, but it will lessen my opinion of them. That includes the great Manny Pacquiao. I'm a huge Pacquiao fan, but if he goes ahead with this, I'll be very disappointed. Amir Khan is apparently considering it, although he made his name at through the Olympics. He's already done it. It makes no sense to me that he would want to do it again. Bernard Hopkins is another. Why? He's a great fighter. He's had great achievements. Why ruin it by going in and beating up guys who don't have anywhere near the experience that you have? It just makes no sense to me. Um, to me, that is not a way to retire from the professional scene by beating up guys who haven't had your experience at all. Nothing honourable about that. So I really, really hope guys like Pacquiao and Khan and Hopkins don't ruin their reputation by going ahead with this nonsense. Um, but like I say, I believe it also lessens opportunities for amateurs because say you get young Filipinos or young Britons or young Americans, not even young, some older guys as well, who want to compete and they're good enough. They're working hard in the training and all, but then this lessens their opportunities because there's only so many people can compete. So it's also lessening the opportunities, putting up more barriers to amateurs, and that's it's wrong. The whole point of the Olympics is about advancing sporting opportunity for those who warrant it with hard training and so on. And if amateurs can't get that gateway through the Olympics, how else are they going to get into the professional scene? Unless they have a very good amateur career. But the whole point about the Olympics is shining light on the world's best amateurs. It's nonsensical to me, and I would like someone to explain why this is going ahead. Or actually, I shouldn't say it's going ahead. It's not going ahead. But to me, it's frankly perverse that it is even being discussed. because it is such a reckless and dangerous idea. So, if this really goes ahead, it will lessen my opinion all round of the sport, of the Olympics, and of the fighters who are going to do it. It's just plain wrong. I don't know how anyone could justify it. The only thing I will say is I support the raising of the age at amateur level in the Olympics to 40. I didn't actually know that rule was in place. I believe that if someone is healthy enough, there's 40-year-old men and there's 40-year-old men. Bernard Hopkins has shown that older men are not necessarily, you can be still healthy fighter at that age, so long as you pass the physical, and all the rest of it. I have no problem with that because again, it comes down to opportunity. I mean, obviously, within reason, I can see the case against allowing a 70-year-old to compete, but 40 is different. Um, but yeah, this whole thing is just nonsense, and I can't see any rational justification for it whatsoever. Totally insane idea.